Philippine dance. Soul. Meditation in motion. A slight movement of the hand, tilt of the head, stomping of the feet. Diverse and multifaceted, the dances of the Philippines depicts the lives, aspirations, and experiences of the Filipino people. From the early kingdoms to colonization and to the present postmodern era, dance has always been an integral part in the formation of Philippine society. Ritual, devotion, and religion. Everyday life. Love and war. Philippine dance can be classified into several categories. Indigenous dances of the ethno-linguistic groups, with its heavy footwork and drum beats. Islam and Southeast Asian influenced dances, with its supple and wave-like use of the arms and the curvature of the upper torso. Colonial dances of the lowland Christian Filipinos, with its Mexican, European, and American origins. We now introduce 25 iconic regional dances of the Philippines. From the north, the Banga, from Kalinga province, is a contemporary take on the daily act of fetching water in the highland rivers. Women, usually in a line, rock and sway to the beat of the gangsa, or brass gong, while balancing earthen terracotta pots on their heads. From large to small, the pots are placed on the head of the dancer. As much as 8 pots can be placed upon the head, almost equaling the height of the performer. Concentration, grace, stamina, and great skill are required for the dance. The Bumaya from the Ifugao province is a celebratory dance, usually performed by nobility during the Uya-Uy festival. In thanksgiving to the Kabunyan for a bountiful harvest, the community celebrates by feasting and dancing. Like many Philippine dances, it imitates birds in flight, flapping and gliding through the air. Men enter first in this dance, entering with a leg up as if to kick, while the other leg hops. Arms flap in a strong and tense manner. Women enter with a strong and straight body, with eyes downcast. Fists are closed and the hands slide downward from the hip. Soon their fingers flicker in calculated beats. Throughout the dance, the women are constrained, taking creeping and sliding steps, while the men flap with every movement highlighted. From the province of Bulacan is the Desponsorio, a ritual wedding dance. Performed the eve before the wedding, it is a parade that starts in the groom's abode and ends in the bride's home. Offerings such as food, santos, and other items are brought. Guests can accompany them and share in the merriment by reciting poems and dancing together. Derived from the Spanish jota, with movements such as contraganza among others. The jota moncadena comes from Moncada Tarlac, by way of Ilocano settlers. Instead of using the Spanish castanets, the dancers utilize bamboo castanets. Originally a dance for the dead, where the bereaved accompanied the deceased to the cemetery, it soon became a dance with a lively beat performed by the talele. Although quite lively, the main characteristic of the dance is its slow portion in between the song. Known as patay or dead, it is a portion where it seems as if the men and women console each other before they get back to the merrymaking. Binasauan is a balancing dance of Southeast Asian origin, mixed with European influences. From the town of Baybambang in Pangasinan, it makes use of a baso or glass. Three glasses are filled with rice wine, and dancers gracefully dance while balancing the glasses on the palms and on the head. The dance is composed of waltz steps and quick turns and rolls. Their costume is composed of a balintawak, a dress with butterfly sleeves and a billowy skirt. The arms are rotated under the shoulder so as the glass is easily maneuvered. The subli is a dance of devotion to Mahal na Poong Santa Cruz, or the Holy Cross of Alitagtag. This dance in its original context is a sedate ritual dance, part of a series of fixed verses and songs. The men are known for their dramatic kicks, leaps, and hitting on the ground with the kalatse or wooden sticks. On their toes, the women dance as if they are floating on air. They use tiny hand gestures called talik when they move about with their hats and handkerchief. In recent times, the subli is performed as a festive dance with merry beats which look similar to the Mexican hat dance. The Jota Manila is a version of the Jota performed during special occasions and formal gatherings. Specifically, this type of Jota was danced only in Manila, the capital. With its 3/4 rhythm, the music alternates from fast to slow. Women wear a mantan or intricately embroidered scarf, and the males wear a barong or hold bamboo castanets. The pandango sa ilaw is the indigenized version of the Spanish fandango with Filipino elements. The pandango was danced by the ruling elite in the Philippines and soon became an important dance all over the islands. Each town had its own version of the pandango sa ilaw as one of the most popular. From Lubang Island in Mindoro, the pandango is danced with oil lamps like fireflies in the countryside. The women use 3 oil lamps or tinghoy and place it atop their head and palms, similar to that of the binasuan. A social dance, it has a highly festive tune composed by national artists for music, Antonio R. Buenaventura. A slight bend of the hand, a lingering glance. Paseo de Iloilo is more of an expression of desire than a simple dance. Much like the pandango with its roots founded on Spanish customs, it is an elaborate courtship practice, usually participated by more than one young gentleman. Each compete for the graces of the young lady at the center of the dance. Today, the movements hark back to a time when modest gestures are all it took to convey a deep emotion. The Visayan folk dances, like those from the province of Capiz, provide one of the deepest wells for Philippine dance. Perhaps this is due to its location at the center of the country, the Philippines, or the inherent mix of influences that have been integrated into their culture. Apparent from their forms of dress, a woman in a barutsaya, for example, can dance alongside a young man in a bahag. Capiz alone manages to provide close to 20 recognized Philippine dances, including the desposorio. A testament to the wealth of Philippine dances in general. In front of San Antonio de Padua Parish Church in Cuartero, Capiz, a dance of praise is being held. A thanksgiving offering that focuses on the patron of the town. Here, food and dance come together as offerings are made and given out during the festivities. A solemn prayer spoken in various dialects marked the start of the dance. Like many feast days across the country, much inspiration is derived from Hispanic, even Mexican traditions. At the center, a maypole becomes the highlight of the event. 12 colorful tassels are woven in and around the pole, guided on the other end by dancers. It is a crescendo of beautiful festive movement. But such elegance is not the monopoly of the Hispanic tradition. In fact, dances in the south of the Philippines prove that the hallmarks of grace are founded more on stature than on anything else. The Kapa Malong is a dance that puts focus on a remarkably refined craft. The Inaul is a centuries-old form of weaving whose colorful patterns signify social standing, beauty, and the formidable Mindanaoan culture. The malong produced from the inaul is moved across the delicate hands of its wearer, creating a beautiful flow from dancer to dancer. But among them, the pangalay is perhaps the dance that illustrates our shared Asian tradition. The pangalay is a traditional fingernail dance by the Tausug people of Sulu. But the dance itself can trace its history throughout the southeast long before both Islamic and Christian traditions had ever been to the archipelago. Performed during weddings and major community events, the pangalay is danced in an almost meditative way. Expressionless faces together with slow measured steps, it puts most of its attention on the hands. The janggay, or metal claws attached at the fingertips, add emphasis to the graceful gestures. It is arguably one of the favorite dances of many Philippine cultural troops. The singkil was originally from the Maranao people of Lake Lanao. It is believed to be an adaptation of the Ramayana, an ancient Indian epic. Originally danced only by women, the central role is almost always given to a female lead dancer, the Putri Gandingan. Often performed by the nobility, the dance is both alluring and hypnotic. Each step is calculated and never tentative. Bamboo rods create obstacles as well as the rhythm for the dance, while the kulintang and agong complete the entrancing atmosphere. With each careful step, the bells on the Putri Gandingan accent her every move. With an apir, or fan, or a musala, a traditional scarf, the dancers make for a more challenging spectacle. Overall, the dance was in part a means to attract potential suitors, and although this practice has long since receded, the singkil remains just as spellbinding. Often the origins of a dance is born from daily activities relevant to the lives of the people who dance them. Talek is one such dance. The dance is a celebration of a bountiful harvest, a form of thanksgiving for the Subanan people. Performed with tufts of siliringan leaves extended at the arms of the dancers, the movements are sweeping yet graceful as they move to the rhythm of leather drums or brass gongs that reverberate through the ritual. It reaches out across the heavens, in turn, inviting a bountiful harvest for the year ahead. The Bagobo people of Davao del Sur offer a dance similar to the Talek. Part of their harvest cycle, the dance mimics the daily agricultural life of the Bagobos, but elevates it to art. Girls often wear ornate beaded jackets, while the young men wear headbands matched with colorful tribal beads. The dance is simple but precise, sliding feet, hopping steps, but must be in time and in measure. The music makes use of tools otherwise intended for farming as instruments for the dance. The heavy pounding of rice lays the bed of the beat, while the beads and the rainmakers enliven the atmosphere. Onlookers are encouraged to cheer and celebrate. In many ways, the dance is individualistic, allowing for the dancers to express themselves freely. In folk dance, talent is only part of a broader resource. More than skill, the heritage of a dancer influences in large part the innate understanding of the movement. The Kagan tribe from Davao consider themselves to be a peaceful people who have developed a beautiful form of dance that reflects their culture and worldview. Unlike other Mindanaoan dances, the Kagan is more playful. Dancers radiate a spirited expression, weaving with ease and smiling throughout the composition. But it belies the complexity of the dance. Fast footwork and elaborate hand gestures mark the Kagan tradition. There is no room to second guess. Light on their feet, they move quick across the scene. It is an inspired performance, one some dancers believe is the product of an indescribable force, where they become a conduit of past generations. The Yakan, like the people who dance it, are moved by nature. From the flow of the tide to the movements of the animals, it is a mimetic art form, a graceful ethnic ballet inspired by nature, worthy of its noble people. Dressed in the best Yakan regalia, light feet tip and flex across the stage in double time, wearing expressions unfazed by the difficulty of the choreography. The dances are more than a form of entertainment. It is a test of skill. The Pansaksi Lale is a subset of the Yakan dance. It involves the use of 7 porcelain plates placed around the dancers on which for her to balance and dance on. It is arguably one of the most distinctive dances of the Yakan. The Tiboli people of South Cotabato in southern Philippines offer a dance that reflects both myth and tradition. Madal, the Tiboli word for dance, is an expression that relates to various important events of Tiboli life. Wearing a tinalak, a special woven cloth by the Tiboli, matched with tribal beads, its earth tone colors make them even more impressive to watch. But the meaning and tradition that come with every dance cannot be overlooked. From the Karasaguyon and Tagabili, dance is used in courtship rituals. Tu slong, knebang, used for farming and traveling, to the Madal Blela and Madal Tahu, These dances provide a peek into the lives and interests of this group. But among them, it is the helubong, which means never-ending joy, that truly captures the spirit of the people who dance it, a celebration of their lasting culture and rich tradition. The St. Augustine Church in Pauay, Ilocos Norte has since 1710 been a center for religious and community celebrations. Under the shadow of its bell tower, many important events in the province have been held. From the very great to the seemingly mundane, Ilocanos have a thirst for celebration. One such event is the Binatbatan, a festival that grew from the growing cotton industry in Ilocos. The dance called Binatbat has turned the process of beating cotton pods into a form of entertainment. Here, 2 bamboo sticks are used to separate the pods from the cotton called batbat. Even long after the industry had been supplanted, the dance remains, a reminder of the long history of Hispanic tradition in Ilocos Norte. Music is a force that imbues emotion, and dance, in turn, is the result for one's need to express this. The Ilocana anasudi is used to refer to both music and dance. A special song dedicated to the sweet women of Ilocos. It is a playful yet romantic dance that captures the essence of young love and the youthful spirit of the province. Among the most popular of dances in the country, the tinikling stands out. Developed at a time when Spanish influence was at its height, its music is often accompanied by a rondalla ensemble. Yet its origins retain that animistic quality shared by many ethnic traditional dances. Imitating the tikling, a bird of legend, its movements are swift and precise. Weaving feet between bamboo form the foundation of the beat. The pace of the tinikling increases with each step, making it a challenging yet exciting dance. The pantomina is a wedding dance in Bicol. Similar to the Ilocana anasudi, the pantomina refers to both a style of music and a form of dance. The dance is a love pantomime, where partners face one another and mirror the other's actions without touching. Much of the dance involves laughter, celebration, and jeers from the crowd, especially if the dancers are 2 young unmarried partners. The Ivatan people live on the northernmost region of the Philippines. On the island of Batanes, they are relatively isolated, but have gained a reputation as a peace-loving community. The Ivatan have a wide variety of dances, but among them, the traditional dance of the Ivatan is, quite unexpectedly, about war and valor. The palu-palu is a dance between 2 young men holding wooden rods, struck against the other as though in a sparring match. Dressed in an avatug, a cloth derived from a local tree, the dancers encircle one another. It presumably depicts the resistance of the Ivatan people from the Spaniards. The remoteness of Batanes has limited our knowledge of the Ivatan culture, but their dance may be key to discovering more about their unique past. The Pastores or Pastores de Belén recounts the story of Jesus in the manger through dance. Popular during the Christmas season, it is often sung in Waray, where worship and prayer are built into a festive expression. Today, the Pastores is often performed on stage, but in its original form, it was a small parade of 6 to 10 dancers that moved from house to house, much like caroling. In colorful attire, the dancers carry garlands and wooden staffs, wrapped in colorful paper or ribbons. The evolution of the pastores from a simple community dance to a full performance speaks to the strength of the tradition. Over 25 dances, taken from all over the archipelago. Philippine dance remains as strong, as beautiful, and as rich as the origins from which they were derived. Truly a testament to the wealth of Philippine art in motion.